Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I make videos about heritage, landscape and nature. Perhaps you've seen them on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you have, thank you so much for watching. I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm on the trail of the Hound of Titnor Lane. Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm out on another investigation. I've returned to Duncton. Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, Bald Explorer, out on another stroll. I principally make my videos in the county that I live, in Sussex, both east and west, and I'll explore the footpaths, the old buildings, the villages, the towns, all sorts of interesting places. Of course, the wonderful South Downs, this amazing long strip of chalkland. But it's not just Sussex. I also venture into the adjacent counties, such as Surrey and Hampshire and Kent. I have a friend who lives in Shrewsbury, so I'm often up in that neck of the woods too, exploring the wonderful and beautiful Shropshire Hills. Well, I'm planning more trips, and I want to go further afield and explore more of this wonderful land. There's so much to see. In fact, as I record this, I should be back from a trip with my son from Somerset. We've been down to the Cheddar Gorge, and we've been on the East Somerset Railway, and also looking at one of the villages there. But in a couple of weeks, I'm going right up north to Northumberland and Cumbria. And I'm taking the lovely Julia with me. We're going to be exploring all sorts of fascinating and interesting places. In fact, one of my viewers, Robert Croser, has given me a bit of a list of things that he wants to go to, such as, of course, he's going to show me Hadrian's Wall. There's some very lovely things there, and I've already got my Hadrian's Wall guide, so I shall be prepped up for where we're going. But he's also added places like the Sycamore Gap. He said a day at the Eden Valley would be interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. Then there's Long Meg, the second largest stone circle in the land. There's the lost village of Addingham, which sounds very interesting. And then there's the Solway Viaduct, which apparently was the longest viaduct in the world when it was built. But there is a whole host of places, and Julia's friend, who's also a viewer, Cheryl Cragg, has got some ideas that where she wants to take us. So we're inundated and spoilt with wonderful things and sights to see. Later on, I'm meeting up with Dave Ford in Dorset, and he's very kindly offered to take me around the Jurassic Coast, looking at some wonderful sights such as Corfe Castle, the spectacular Durdle Door, and other places. And in fact, I've booked an extra couple of days so I can go walking along the Purbeck Hills and bring you all of that. So it's going to be terrific. Mark English and I have talked about taking a trip down to Devon later in the year and exploring some of the lovely villages and places along there. And also Mark Selwood, who lives down in Cornwall, has invited me to come down there and explore some of the wonderful heritage on the Cornish coast and the tin mines and inland as well. So I've got these amazing trips lined up which will really be exploring so much of this wonderful country, which I'm incredibly proud to show off to you, wherever you happen to be, whether you're abroad or whether you're in the country. You may be somebody who can't get out very much, or you work long hours and you don't have enough holidays to see the place. Well, my remit is to try and bring all of that to you in these 10-minute shows, these 10-minute videos that I produce on a daily basis. Now, these trips and all of this does take a bit of money, and you'll appreciate that whilst I'm working at this pretty much full time, I'm putting a lot of my own money and time into it. But I've got patrons who do help support me, which is terrific. But unfortunately, it doesn't support everything. And so I'm making a small appeal to you as you watch this. If you've enjoyed these videos and you would like to help me get to these places and make these videos to bring you this wonderful heritage, landscape and nature, then there are ways that you can. If you go to baldexplorer.com, you can become a patron. Being a patron can be as simple as just making a donation of any amount, whatever you can afford or want to give. If you give over £20, which really does help, you go on my special and exclusive email list and you'll receive a behind the scenes podcast that I do daily. It's called The Naked Englishman. It's called Naked because it's a stripped down podcast. I don't actually do it naked, but I give you the real thoughts that go on in my head, some of the problems that I'm tackling, some of the issues that I have. I talk about some of my politics. I talk about some of my experiences that I have. It's a real insight into a filmmaker's life. So that's the naked bit. The Englishman, because, well, I am English and I'm very proud of this nature and I'm very patriotic, and we've got so much heritage, landscape and nature, which is so unique to us that we, you know, I just want to scream out to the world and show everybody and remind us all how wonderful it really is. So if you donate something over £20, then that's what you'll get. But of course you can donate whatever you like. You can, of course, help by perhaps donating on a regular basis, maybe just the price of a cup of coffee. And again, if you do that for a couple of quid, then again you'll receive in the email my Naked Englishman podcast, which is about 10 minutes long every day, as I said before, and that would be really, really helpful. Well, they're just some of the things that I'm doing this year, and we haven't really got going. Spring has sprung, the summer is on its way. There is so much to be done and so much to show you. So thank you so much for watching this, and I do hope that you'll help me. I'll put all the links necessary on the description below. And in the meantime, keep watching The Bald Explorer and see where I pop up next. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.